Hey everyone, this is Jenny Garcia, and this is a flip through of my 2008 Project Life album. This probably will have two parts. This album has half of 2018, then in the other one I have half of 2018, half of 2019, and the next one is 2019. So I just finished the year. I'm happy with how everything came out. I've been slacking a lot lately because, my kids are here and I don't get to have so much craft time, but okay, let's jump into it. For my cover, and I love this cover, the pictures are Instax, and I have I don't have the photo, I have the printer, which is this one, and I love it. It's very small. The printer a little bit pricier, that's why I prefer using the printer instead of the photo. I don't have great skills with Polaroid photography, so this is a good option. That way you can edit them a little bit. I made them all black and white, and I use one of my DIY kits, and this one was the Cute Girl. I used the Cute Girl pad, and of course I always grab some of my Project Life cards to my DIY kits. So I think these are from Blush. This one is from the baby kit. This one must be Kiwi, but I don't remember that well. I've been trying to use more of my cards, so I cut this out of a 3x4 card, and this one too. These little hearts are felt, and I cut those with a Lawn Fawn die, which is my favorite die ever. I actually have two of those. I love it that much. I'm gonna have most of the materials, whatever I can find, linked below. A lot of these are very old, so if you don't see them, that's why. It's because they are ancient, but it's a good way to use your products. New things are awesome, but if you have like a pile of things in your room, in your house, maybe you want to use those. I use the Dymo label for the names, some Lawn Fawn stickers, and this is week 1, and in week 1 we celebrated Three Kings Day, or Dia de Reyes if you're in Latin America or Spain. And I love this page protector. It's from October Afternoon, and nobody has ever thought about making this size. Not Echo Park, not Project Life, not Scrapbook.com, and it's crazy. I know that Studio Calico has the 9x12, but I want the full 12x12 because I'm greedy like that. And it's just a good, I don't know, I love the little squares. And this was another Project Life kit, and I cut a bunch of the 3x4 cards into 3x3s. I took a few photos. I stamped with them. I think this is either from Ali's Studio. Yeah, it's from Ali's Studio. This stamp. I love stamping on photos. This is my niece, and she's like 3 now and so big. They grow so fast, and also my daughter looked like a baby there, and now she's like as tall as me with lady parts and all the business. And I also love cutting photos in circles. This is another Lawn Fawn die. This is the Stitch circle die, and I'm going to have it linked below also. And yeah, and I was just journaling by hand. I prefer to use my typewriter because sometimes your handwriting can look a little bit messy, but I think it's very important to include your handwriting in the process. I love looking at my mom's and my grandma's handwriting, so I know that in the future my girls might want to see it too. And I also been trying to put photos that my daughter takes. Oh, I didn't realize there were that my daughter takes. So she took this photo of her shoes, and I use a die to cut it down. That way you can layer a little bit more too. I cut this card a little bit. This is from Are You Christine, from Christine Tweedale's website. I think she still has it. It's one of my favorite freebies ever. Pictures of my niece. We don't live close to family, so I take some pictures of social media sometimes. And I was listening to the Hollow CD audiobook, and once we were hooked with this game called Emoji Blitz, but we don't play anymore. So that's one of the good things, you know, about documenting this sort of things. We're not very outside people really, so this is a good way. It's a 9 by 12, and I do that a lot. I cut a lot of my page protectors in case I don't want to add too many filler cards or anything like that. I took the simple card and I just stamped the daily grind a bunch of times. My favorite ink to use is the Studio Calico ink because it also works really well on photos. And this collection is XOXO by Heather Adams for Pretty Little Studio. And if I forget anything in the process of explaining all of this, let me know. This is week 3, and in week 3 we went to see a Che. I went with the Tumbo thing, and my daughters love chatting with me because they use a lot of filters. I hope you're not getting too much glare. And I have a few pictures of things I saw. Starbucks calling me Danny instead of Jenny. You know how Starbucks is. This is the Fujifilm. Let's see if I can get it out. It was from their booth. It was just a picture of us, and this is Renee, Day, and Katie, and Brittany, and just a sample. I love this photo though. It's a good photo. And Renee Day is the DIY Day, I think, on Instagram. She has a bunch of cool DIYs. She's so creative and does a lot of bujo, so if you're into bullet journaling, she's really awesome. And I made a few collages of cool things I saw in booths. You know, dinner we had. Shaker pocket. Shaker pockets are always cool. And for this, I used a kit from Citrus Twist. And I love the Citrus Twist kits. I am so tempted, but I'm really tempted to start getting it again. So this one is another Citrus Twist page, and then this is just from things from school. I used to get, my daughter was in the honor roll, I used to get a subscription box called Geek Fuel, so sometimes I save. If it was a really good month, I take the photo and I save the little insert. The photo is here. My daughter making a project. She had to make a dinosaur, and something that I been not doing this year a lot, and I didn't do as much in 2019, was take pictures of books we check out at the library. So that is something that last time I was looking through, I was like, oh, we need to do it again. But now with this whole thing, we don't get to go to the library anymore. Add a little journal from my Facebook about why I don't do yoga so often. It's because Layla was then, she was 3. No. She was 4 then. And she would be on me all the time. And I love to use these stickers to add my journaling and match it with a photo. And then you can go here and read what I was talking about. Screenshots of music that I'm into at the moment. And I used a little stamp and I went around her body, and I really like how this turned out. And that's the good thing about Citrus Twist. It always motivates me to stamp. The little stamp that comes with their kit is always really awesome. Week 5 is also using Citrus Twist kits, and again with the 3x3 page protector. Just random photos of us at Target. Drawings that my daughter made. My daughter draws a lot. If I were to keep every single drawing she makes, I would need like 2 extra houses just for her drawings. But that's Pocoyo and Ellie. So I take pictures of the ones that I really, really like, and I include them in my project life. Some Fitbit like status and things. Oh, me not sleeping, cool. Yeah. And this was like quirky, crazy day at school. They'd have to wear like mismatched stuff. Crazy hair day, and I'm proud of that donut hair. And I gave my daughter a mohawk. And this is another Citrus Twist Kids spread. A movie, I like how I did this. I put a little movie poster, and behind peeking I use the tickets, and I hope they don't disappear, because that's when the movies, you know what, let me check, because my theater switched to the receipt paper, and yes, and that kind of like fades with time, so well, it'll last for a few years. My daughter had a school activity thing, and by the way, if you see this stickers, it's because I'm covering children that are not mine. I haven't asked for permission to share the photos, so it's just easier to cover them. But yeah, so she had an activity at school, and these are pictures we took, a little journaling drawing she made. My daughter was cheerleading at the time, so I took a picture of the basketball game. And I don't take pictures often, but that day I took one with my daughter, and I love that picture. I don't know, my eyes are closed, but I don't know. I feel like you can see the love I have for my daughter in the photo. Week 7, this is more Pretty Little Studio. And I kept the tags of some of the things I bought. We went to stay at a friend's house in Virginia, so we documented the drive, and we slept in their couch. And we went shopping, and I'm looking at these photos, and I'm like about to cry because I've gained so much weight, but it doesn't matter. And my daughter took a bunch of photos. Every time I tried on something, she's like, let me take a picture. We went to Claire's, and we got the flu shot. These are Valentine's. My daughter got, they're sealed with washi, so you can open them and close them again if you want to. These papers and stickers are all from Pretty Little Studio. Again, the XOXO collection. I love that collection. Heather is one of my favorite designers. She makes such cool things. So this is a picture my daughter took of her sister, my youngest. Like, she's just like holding her face and smooshing her cheeks. And I did that gender swap thing, and I just looked like my brother, and I thought that it was funny, so I included that in there. My daughter was obsessed with Elephant and Piggy, so I took a few pictures. And again, I love this photo. I love the fact that it's white, but it's on yellow paper, so it pops out. My daughter practicing writing. Let's see if I can. Okay. Turn off that light. Hopefully the one from outside is enough, and I have one on the right. I don't know. I may turn it off too. For those of you who have 1,000 Z's and have no idea what to do, put them next to a picture of someone sleeping. Oh, and this is week 8 and this is week 9, which I also do a lot. I try to be as flexible as I can. Project Life, it's kind of hard already, so the last thing we need is to add more rules to it. And this is week 10 again with, this is Citrus Twist kits. And this is XOXO. My daughter drew Sarah and Duck, which she was watching a lot. At that moment, she dressed like Piggy and elephants cannot dance, and my daughter was the Dork Diaries girl. No, it's not Mackenzie. Mackenzie is the girl that's mean. I forgot her name. Well, you know, it's the Dork Diaries girl. She finished her cheerleading season, so they had like a bowling day, and I took some pictures of her with her friends. Pictures from that weather app that has really snarky things to say. If you hear my kids screaming on the back, I'm so sorry. And I love this quote, so I decided to add the picture of it since the actual lettering is too big. This is Citrus Twist Kits, and it's probably one of my favorite layouts in the whole album. I don't know, maybe because it has a lot of photos. I love, again, this size. My daughter had like a cowgirl activity at school. So I have photos of that too. Photos of us with minor mustache. And I watched the Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix, and it was so good. I am so mad they canceled it because it was a very good show. But you know what? I'm not gonna be mad about that for now. This is week 12 using one of my DIY kits, and I think this one was the Mermaid Dream. Mermaid Dreams what? Yeah, it's a DIY Project Life kit, and I think it was, yes, it was the Mermaid Dreams, now that I remember. This is a Studio Calico, and I'm sorry, but Studio Calico needs to up the game, and their page protectors, they're not that great. I don't want to be snarky, it's just that the quality of all the other ones I've tried, it's better, so they're probably okay. And oh, these books are amazing if you want to introduce your kids to powerful females around the world and through time. Read Good Night Stories for Rebel Girls. They have 2 books, and then they have chapter books. And my niece went to prom that week, so I stole her photos. My daughter did like a little presentation on bottlenose dolphins, and I kept the little notes her teacher and other kids gave her. Oh, and these are photos that my daughter took. Her book, her sister, the little, this is My Little Pony, but it's like a fish. She was playing this game a lot. It's a Shopkins game. It was cold outside. Let's see. And these are just pictures of my daughter in the movie Coco. First of all, that movie is amazing. And they have like a little tutorial on how to draw skeletons. And my daughters drew a few. These two were my oldest, and this one was my little one. Again, she takes a lot of pictures and videos of the TV. And like, that's piracy, but you know, it's not like she sells them. Her clock, I don't know why she, her little cars, my sister, pictures of my niece and my sister. Lots of pink in this one. I actually really like it. And again, I have the number and photo journaling method. This was week 13, and for this one I use Citrus Twist kit. Lots of drawings by my daughter, and I love this one. She got like she was playing the recorder, which at the beginning is a lot of fun because you want to go and be deaf. But, you know, she stuck to it, and she actually got really good really fast, and she started getting the belts. So I stamped a bunch in this photo and a little bit in the middle. And I love this photo. I feel like my photos are never perfect and like staged, which is something I really admire about some crafters. They have like photos with white couches and children who always seem to brush their hair. But my kids, I could brush their hair now, and 5 seconds later they look like they've been inside of a dryer. So my pictures are always like to reflect the craziness that I live. And I did the same stamping technique with the coffee. And on the black parts I used white ink, and on the white background I used blue ink. And speaking of messes, they made like a fort with a bunch of boxes. Because I tried ordering my groceries through Walmart, and it was a disaster, but they enjoyed the boxes. And again, I used the Instax photos. And this is week 14, and it has an insert. And this was also from Citrus Twist. My daughter was in a baby mouse binge. She read a lot of books at the same time. I don't know how she didn't mix them up, but yeah. And me complaining about the Defenders, and you know, what's that crappy show? Iron Fist. Oh my god, that is the crappiest show, crappiest Marvel anything ever. And my daughter started T-ball that week, and we all have the same shirt in that photo. I love this photo. It's so cute. Yeah, and when the colors in your photos are not perfect, just go black and white. It saves every photo. And this is the glove. I kept the tag. Some boots I got while I was looking for boots for my daughter, and they're a children's boot because if I'm 4'11", and I can't reach tall things at the stores, at least I need something that makes me feel better about it. And this is week 15, and I love this week. I love this collection. This is Summer Memories by Xenia, and I love the colors. They're so cool, and she has this really super tiny little word stickers. They're incredibly small. And I have another one right there. And my daughter had like recorder sort of recital, but not really. It was like really informal in the library. The book she was reading at that moment. I love pins, so I have a bunch in my backpack, and that's when my collection was really small. Coffee, if you ever need coffee, that's good. Coffee from the Caribbean, from Puerto Rico. And so yeah, they had a Family Arts Night Olympics. So they did a bunch of things besides play. They had like a little art like section. We went to stay again with our friends in Virginia, and I think after that they moved out. They were like the first really good friends that I bonded with, so it was kind of hard. They moved away kind of far. My daughter told me to take a picture of her hand. I don't know why. I did, and it looks cute. Pictures of them sleeping, because it's always good to take pictures of them while they sleep. It's the only moment they're quiet and laying down and not moving and talking at you. Picture days before they look weird in the real picture days. You know how that is. This is week 16, and this is another Citrus Twist kit. I have no idea what this is all about, but it's a good moment to show you what that is. That is a QR code. If you're not familiar with them, you basically scan them. If you find the, okay, let me show you. I use the QR reader. It's that one. Oh, and you don't even have to point it out that well. Oh, and it's a video of my Google Photos app. Oh, this is a second a day video. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because this video is long enough. It's already 30 minutes. And I don't know why it's not. My internet is crap. But yeah, the thing is, it's a cool thing. Too bad it didn't work out. But it's, you take a second or two from a video per day. You can also add a photo, and then at the end of the month you have a little 30, 40, 45 second movie of what happened in the month, and you can do it the whole year too. So this whole thing was week 16, and this little one was week 17. And I went to Penner's Georgia, and this is my parking lot like ticket. We went to the library to learn about fossils, and they made their own fossils. I like this photo too. That was they have little challenges for each week or something like that for Project Life and scrapbooking, and the prompt for that week was to use digitals, and they have this little film strip that it was just one, and I layered 5 in, and then I added stickers and stamping, and I really like how it turned out. And this is week 18, and in week 18 my daughter started her t-ball games. You see a lot of pictures about that. We got shoes. She became obsessed with this book called Nibbles the Book Monster, which is really, really cute. Someone posted a challenge on Instagram about like take a picture of what your phone is looking at right now, and this is just my camera, which is where you're looking at me from, the lights, and a banana and my forehead. And it was my daughter's birthday, so we got her a Switch from Nintendo, and I like how that photo came out. We went with her to buy the whatever she wanted. She had a little play at school where everyone played like a different versions of the Three Little Pigs. And we went, her sister and I went to see her, and we enjoyed it so much. And now this week was her actual birthday, and I like this, but it's so bulky. That is the actual candle she had in her cake. So I kept it, and then I did a shaker pocket, and I love it, but again, it's so bulky. And I let my daughters do my makeup, and I did hers. We do that sometimes, and it's a hot mess. they're kids, but it's a lot of fun. I love to do it, and this is just a little insert of her birthday, and this is probably one of my favorite pictures of her ever. Before she lost the baby girl face. And she got like a Pusheen surprise blush. And I like to keep packaging from things because I feel that in the future they're going to be like, wow, this is so old. What is this crap? People used to buy boxes and they didn't know what was inside. I think that will be a forever thing, but just maybe. Her Yo Gabba Gabba shoes that I kept from her sister. I make cakes for her teachers also, because, you know, I like to torture myself. But they wrote a message on the lid of the cake, and it was really cute. This was her cake, the pancake I made her. All the balloons that stay around 4 weeks. They playing with Play-Doh, more T-ball pictures. Oh, and this is another DIY kit. Sorry, I forgot about that. And the one before was Citrus Twist. Okay, and this one's gonna be my last one because it's already 32 minutes and I don't wanna be here forever. But there will be a part 2, definitely. So stay tuned for that. This is another of the DIY kits. My daughter was practicing cursive. I was teaching her. We were just outside playing. Donuts. My niece's first birthday. My other niece. Things that my daughter got at the book fair. They love the book fair. And I volunteer too. And then we spend more money than we should. But it's for a good cause. Well, at least that's what I tell myself. Of a wasp. Picture. Yay. And again with the number and journaling kind of style. Just her toys, like she's always making a mess. She's always being creative. And I love this photo. I love the perspective. I always forget to do that also. It's just that when you're doing something, you just grab your phone and you snap a picture. You're not like, oh, angles, oh, perspective. But it's a good tip that Becky Higgins gave to, you know, try to play with the perspective and things like that. This is my nephew, and that is the doorbell. You see, I knew that I was going to be interrupted. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. Bye!